Who knows, maybe we'll pay off our $35 trillion, hand them a little crypto check, right? We'll hand them a little Bitcoin and wipe out our $35 trillion.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go, but clearly we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting it more right now with Bloomberg's Shonali Bassick. Shonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence. And
welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And guys, please like and subscribe if you do like what you're listening to. Please inform your friends and family and spread all over social media. It is imperative that we get back to learning finances and understand how the world really works, because once we understand how the world really works, we understand that it is all planned out. Now, I want to thank those who purchased the books Crypto Teacher and the new Road Order book. Remember, the New World Order book shows you how the world really works, and it is definitely time for you to wake up out of that sleep, especially in the times that we're in right now. And 2024 is going to be one of our most entertaining years. We have the presidential election. We have the drums are beating. We have the emerging markets going to be flipping the switch on the fourth industrial revolution. And they finally start to cut rates. And we know Japan is going to start raising rates. And those trillions of dollars that are sitting in money market accounts are going to start flowing over to the emerging markets. And we know the master magicians are about to set up that distraction so they can cut rates while we still have inflation. And in the fourth quarter, once the election is over, the movie begins. And also, guys, I want to thank those who purchased the 3 Kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, much love to those who donate to the Cash App, Patreon. Much love. Keep it coming. Guys, if you're not a part of the Patreon, make sure you're donating to the channel through the actual Cash App. But guys, this next Bitcoin and crypto bull run is going to be a utility run. So you want to make sure you have the cryptos that have real utility. And much love to those who are shopping at both stores. Keep it coming. And of course, guys, we get into Bitcoin and cryptos first.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And right now we have Bitcoin and crypto flat as I'm doing this video. And we also have stocks flat. We have the Dow down big. But remember, guys, the Dow is only 30 stocks. Now, tomorrow, of course, we'll know who's going to be the president. And the gains will begin in 2025. 2025 to 2028 is going to be a wild ride. And remember, the crypto teacher told you, it's unbelievable how fast time has flown, but the games are about to begin. So make sure you're getting prepared. If you're part of my Patrons, I'm going to make sure you're prepared. Now, guys, don't forget to pay attention to the actual indicators. We have yield rates right now down. We have the dollar down. We have volume and crypto right now up. We have Tether and USDC. And then, of course, guys, we have the Fed. Repo at $155 billion on Friday. Make sure you're pulling on a daily basis during the week. And 155 is the lowest we've seen it, of course, since it first started. This repo went all the way up to $2.6 trillion. Yes, you heard that correct. But now it's time to get rid of these emergency measures. And it's time to flip that fourth industrial revolution switch. And when it comes to regulation, we're about to have that in 2025. And we're going to start to see trillions and trillions of dollars being flooded in this crypto ecosystem. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And tomorrow, guys, we have the election, Trump or Harris. But don't forget, guys, it really doesn't matter who wins. Their job is to land us in this fourth industrial revolution. And the sheep are going to be going inside the metaverse 2028, 2029. Their job is to land us there and hand the keys over. But before they can bring in all this technology, of course, the drums have to beat. And we can see the drums getting louder. And don't forget, the bank controls both sides. Has every single drums a beating in history, the banks control it. And when you look back in history, the agenda was to move us over to a certain direction. And this time is to the digital economy. Because everywhere we see the drums are beaten, we also see the digital economy being built. These central banks printed trillions. And we know the Fed printed 80% of all money in existence in 2 years. Yes, you heard that correct if you haven't already heard it. And by doing that, they caused all this inflation. Gave the people little crumbs, but create all this inflation. And think about the money that the people received, but all the money the government got back and the central banks. With all this inflation, these corporations have been getting back billions. And when it comes to the emerging markets, South America, they're being pushed into these stable coins and getting off fiat. And that's the reason why crypto is going to take the blame. Remember, the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And that's the robots, algorithms, and drones, and the free money. Because these small and medium-sized banks are about to collapse. These small and medium-sized businesses are about to collapse. And if you're part of the Patreon, we see it all the time. And then, of course, that's going to cause mass layoffs. And we're seeing the mass layoffs pick up. And we have Fed Jerome Powell in the House on the 7th. And you see that job report, it was ridiculous. And it's going to get worse. But they have the solution. And that's all these machines. And someone had sent me an email asking a question about all these shipyards that employ hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people. Remember, guys, they no longer need them because the drums of beating is no longer going to be physical. And the robots, algorithms, and drones can build the ships and then also control the ships. And again, the NWO caused the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. Now, all of a sudden, these ships are having issues. They're delaying contracts. And of course, the NWO is going to run in with that solution. And the solutions are always the robots, algorithms, and drones. We're clearly seeing that every single sector is being broken up in the legacy market, and the fix is technology. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now, we have the Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs, BlackRock, Fidelity, and Grayscale. Right now, as I'm doing this video, Bitcoin, Ethereum, spot ETFs are down. Now, getting over into a little crypto news. We have Deutsche Telekom to pilot Bitcoin mining with surplus energy. And in the media for years, Bitcoin is using up too much energy. And then all of a sudden, the data centers pop up and we don't hear nothing else about it. And that's how the mainstream media will always get the sheep. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Now we have viral squirrel peanut triggers Solana's meme coin frenzy. Yes, guys, you can't make this stuff up, but it does push adoption. But all these meme coins, believe me, will start to come to an end next year. As soon as we get regulation, they're going to fall to the side because only 1% of the 1% is going to survive. And that's when we get the utility bull run. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. And lastly, we have Citi and Fidelity exhibit proof of concept for real-time Forex swaps on-chain. And while the sheep are worried about who's going to win president, we know the NWO builds. We look at the money. Never keep your eyes off the money. They have plenty of black and white cartoons that used to make fun of characters that would get distracted while the money is running in the back door. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. But this project is under Project Guardian, digital foreign exchange swap, and an on-chain money market fund. And guys, everything is going to be tokenized and put on blockchain. But in order to bring the fourth industrial revolution alive, you have to have an economy. And that's the reason why they're getting the economy done first. And everything builds on top of that. Remember, the economy has always been the secret weapon. And remember, the crypto teacher told you. Because he knows when it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. But that's all I have for you. Don't forget about the books. Crypto Teacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get on stocks, the Seaver, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.